Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet for Tuesday, October 17th. Here we are on the 1 hour chart, okay? And so I want to mark this up just a little bit. We're in a fair value gap right here, but there's an order block right here, okay? And I would like to see if we're going to hit that order block. And if we are, then I want to go down to a lower time frame and see if we get a market maker buy model to go up. And that can be our silver bullet during the silver bullet hour. So this is 8 o'clock right now. Let's go 1 hour. Okay, so now 1 hour at 9 o'clock, we are in this order block right here, right? So now let's drop down to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so 15-minute time frame. And what do we see here? We see, what is that? Let's see here. Let's go with the Reaper. So we have a fair value gap here, goes all the way through. A Reaper inversion fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, that's where it went down into. That's the Reaper right here. Inversion fair value gap Reaper. Okay, so now let's drop down into the 1 minute time frame for our see if we get our market maker buy model. Okay, so we got our 1 hour order block and our Reaper right there. So now we're looking to see if we get a market structure shift and what we have here. Okay. Let's turn on our Kraken Silver Bullet indicator. So we know that we're in 10 o'clock hour right now. Okay. And let's see what liquidity is open right now. What opposing liquidity over here, right? So let's turn this on and let's look. Let's put this all the way. Let's move this all the way over here, and let's see if Asia range has been taken out or not. Okay, so Asia high has not been taken out. Asia low was taken out during London, so we'll remove the low. Okay, now let's throw up on their London session. So the high has not been taken out and the low has been taken out, so let's remove the low. So the high is right there. So New York Killzone's right there. Let's see, AM session from yesterday is been taken already, except it's the previous day high up there. So this is what you're doing. You're going through and you're toggling through to see what liquidity you're doing. You're doing this, the last 5 minutes before the session, because that's your liquidity target. Those are high value liquidity targets. If you're not marking all these through, you're missing out on the draw on liquidity. You need to have this on your chart. So there's our liquidity draws right there. You have previous day high up here. You have Asia high, the London high, and New York Killzone. Okay. Now let's see if we get market structure shift down here. And let's just keep going. Obviously for me, I want to see this high broken for a market structure shift. Like that. Okay, so there's your market structure shift. For me, go long. Okay, and that's a breaker right there. So you have there's you go, you have a low, high, lower low, and then just broke through. Let me zoom in here and show you. That makes it a breaker right there. I know it's one tick and you're like, that's not, no, that is definitely a breaker. And this is where a lot of people miss out on the really quick moves, because that right there, if it just starts and just comes down, that's your first entry. Okay, so let's go with one move. That's your entry right there. That's it. Okay, let's bring this back down. And that right there was buy number 1. Okay, where would we be targeting? The London high. You could target the New York Killzone. That'd be, 15.5, so let's go with 16 right there for New York Killzone. Okay, there's your first target. That would be considered the low risk buy. All right, so at that point, we assume we're in a market maker buy model, and I'd pull the fib from low to the manipulation leg. For me, that's the manipulation leg, and look for 2.5 deviations. ES, you really want it's between 2 and 2.5, somewhere in there, which is the London high and the Asia high. So for me, my target actually would probably be London high, knowing that the standard deviations between 2 and 2.5 for ES is good. So I don't want to be down here at, less than 1.5. If I was taking a partial, that's where I would want to be. I would take a partial at the New York Killzone, but my target's the London high. Okay, so that's how we pull the fib. Obviously, 4 standard deviations is if we cross over the 2.5 standard deviations with the candle close, and we start moving higher, I'm going to be looking at this 4 standard deviations as my target. Okay, but of course, this is where it is. That's why runners are really good. So let's keep going here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I didn't buy one, did I? Let's go back. Let's go back here and let's buy one. We're going to buy one contract. Okay. So I'm just going to buy one because I'm not taking partials. We're going to do full pulls to whatever our target is. Okay. Okay, that right there, I'd call that your run-on stops. Okay, because you got a swing high, right? A swing low right here. Okay, it's ugly. It's not a very good one, to be perfectly honest. But I'll show you why I would call that there in a second. Because for me, that's an order block right there. So when it comes back down, here you'd take partials if you were going to. It comes back down into that order block, I would buy another one. Okay, so I'm going to buy another contract right there. Again, aiming for the London high. It's 14 handles. This one's 25 handles. Okay. That's so far, market maker model. We've got smart money reversal right down here. Smart money reversal right here. Let's make that 28. There you go. Smart money reversal down here. You have the low risk buy right here, which is your first entry. Then you have run-on stops right here, swing low violated, and turtle soup entry. There's your order block. And now we're looking for our silver bullet entry, which is, to me, is the OG entry. All right, well, there's a fair value gap right there. There's another fair value gap right there. I'll label it. Obviously, that's in a premium. I don't want to be that high. I'd like to come back down here. But if I came down here, I'd aim for this low as well. But I'd try and leave a runner to for the previous day high. We need a candle close. Come on, get in there. Close in there. Close in there. Close. There we go. All right, I'm going to buy another one. All right, so I got in there. Put a long position on. Still aiming for the London high. That's another 12 handles right there. And for me, this is the OG Silver Bullet. Still during the Silver Bullet hour. So it's a double Silver Bullet. Yeah, there's another fair value gap. It's in a fair value gap right now. Just not marking it because there's a lot of stuff on the chart to follow at the moment. Don't know if that would have taken you out. Really close to. Alright, so we're going to flatten there. Okay, so all of these have gotten out right there. Now let's see if we would have gotten our previous day high here. Alright, so once this candle closed above that, then I'd be looking for the 4 deviation right here. Let's this line. So let's just see if we get it, what happens here. Alright, so check this out. Okay, I'm going to move this like this. I'm going to show you something. Watch up here. Oh, let me get rid of this. Watch up here for the high right here. Okay, right here. 44.23.25. High of this candle right here. 44.23.25. Is that not that number? Is match that number? Look at that precision. 44.23.25. 44.23.25. And then it just goes down from there. So that's the high of the day. Okay. So let's review what we had here. Okay. Let's just get it like that. Let's take off the positions. Okay, let's recap real quick. We were on the 1 hour time frame and we saw that we had an order block and we saw that price hit a 1 hour order block. We assume that when it hits an order block like that, a higher time frame PD array, that we want to drop down to the lower time frame and see if we get a market maker or buy model. So we went down to the 15-minute and we saw that price went down to a 15-minute Reaper inversion for value gap. Then we dropped down to the 1 minute and we started watching price and we saw a market structure shift on the 1 minute. We saw our low risk buy using a breaker block. And then we pulled our fib and saw that between 2 and 2.5 standard deviations was the Asia high and the London high from the sessions that have not been pulled or been taken out yet. So there's liquidity resting there. So those was our targets. But then we had run on sell stops for turtle soup entry, the first stage of accumulation, and we got in on the order block, again targeting the London low in between the 2 and 5 standard deviations. Then we had another fair value gap over here, and we have the OG Silver Bullet entry and fair value gap over here, and again targeting the London low. So we ended up taking our TP, full TP, at the London low. Then we just observed as price closed above the 2.5 standard deviations, we wanted to see if it was going to take out the previous day high, and it came up to exactly to the tick 4 standard deviations from the manipulation leg. There's your 3 Silver Bullet setups during the Silver Bullet hour using the market maker model, the OG Silver Bullet, during the Silver Bullet hour on Tuesday, October 17th.